you think about a poor high school teacher? Broke to the bone, despised by his students, dismissed by his colleagues, a family struggling in a cramped existence, carrying on his shoulders the weight of terminal lung cancer. That is Walter White, a man so ordinary he seemed almost insignificant. But then, in just a few years, he transformed into Heisenberg, one of the most terrifying drug lords ever seen on screen, and one of the most chilling villains ever created. Walter White did not only leave behind murders, nor drug deals. He also left behind words that, when we hear them again, make our skin crawl. Because those words are not only true in the show, they are true in the life of every adult.
I did it for me. I liked it. I was good at it. And I was alive.
His last confession spoken to his wife. For years, he lied to himself and to others.
I did it for the family, to care for my wife and children when I'm gone.
But in the end, the mask fell no more for family, no more for love. It was only for himself because he liked it, because he was good at it, because it made him feel alive. It may sound despicable, but think carefully. How many things in your life do you claim are for others, while deep down, they are simply because I want it, because I like it? Walter White was different only in this. He was cold enough to admit it. And that truth forces every adult to shiver. We sugarcoat our desires, while at the core, they remain selfishness. Chemistry is the study of change. Walter once said this while teaching to his students. It was just a simple lesson, but to Walter, it was destiny. Life itself is nothing but a chain of transformations, from a poor teacher into a drug lord, from a devoted father into a cold-blooded killer, all of it a chemical reaction. And for us, every day, the environment, the pressure, the opportunities are changing us. Perhaps you do not realize it, but every small decision is like adding a drop of chemical, and one day it will spark a chain reaction. Walter White is only the extreme case, the gentle man transformed into the monster. The question for every adult is this: what reaction is silently happening inside you? Say my name. The moment Walter stood before another drug lord and commanded, "Say my name," and the rival was forced to answer, "Heisenberg." This was not a reckless game, it was a declaration of power. When you can force the world to call your name, that is when you achieve true power. In society, many live their whole lives, but their names leave no trace. Walter White, from an anonymous teacher, engraved 2 syllables into the world. Heisenberg. I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger. A line to his wife, but in truth, a declaration for all who were ever underestimated. Hoblet. I'd been a victim, illness, poverty, humiliation. But one day, he was no longer the victim. He became the danger. The lesson here is brutal but true. When the weak are cornered long enough, they become monsters. And that monster is the most dangerous of all because it is fueled by shame and despair. Adults must remember, never push anyone to the edge, because from the edge, monsters rise.
You clearly don't know who you're talking to. So let me clue you in. Everyone thought Walter was just a weak, sick, harmless teacher. Hiding Heisenberg was waiting, and in each of us there is a hidden self waiting. Corner someone long enough, and they transform. I'm not in the meth business, I'm not in the money business, I'm in the empire business. Humans do not only want to live comfortably, humans want legacy, power, and to build something that bears their name. Walter White only voiced what lies buried in every adult. We all desire our own empire. I did what I did because I had to for me. Walter no longer pretended. He was no hero, no sacrificing father. He was a man who acted by instinct, doing what he wanted because he wanted it.
That is the truth adults hate to admit. Beneath every excuse, it is always for ourselves.
Walter White is dead, but Heisenberg lives.
He lives inside every adult. He lives in the shadow we deny.
Pretend long enough, endure too much, and the monster steps forward.
The scariest part is not that he existed on screen, but that he already exists inside us.